Do you know the story of the $10 million check? Jim Carrey wrote one to himself when he was broke and post-dated it for Thanksgiving 1995. Long before the colored suits and the catchphrases, Jim Carrey lived in a van. When he was just 12, his father, Percy, a talented saxophonist turned accountant, lost his job. The family went from lower middle class to complete poverty overnight. Jim spent his 16th birthday working an 8-hour night shift as a janitor in a tire factory. But what almost no one knows is that Jim never actually cashed it. In fact, that piece of paper is currently 6 feet underground. Here is the true story of how a homeless kid from Canada gambled everything on a single piece of paper. Scrubbing toilets just so his family could eat. He grew angry, quiet, and desperate. But his father gave him one gift: the permission to be crazy. Percy told him that you can fail at what you don't love, so you might as well take a chance on doing what you do love. In 1985, Jim moved to LA. He was failing. He was getting booed off stages. But every single night, he would drive his beat-up Toyota to the top of Mulholland Drive. He would look down at the city and scream, "Everyone wants to work with me. I'm a great actor." It sounds like a scene from a movie, but it was pure survival. That's when he pulled out his checkbook and wrote it, $10 million for acting services rendered. He gave himself exactly 10 years to make it real. He put that check in his wallet and watched the ink fade as he faced years of rejection. His father was a talented musician who took a safe job. Fast forward to 1994. In a single year, Jim Carrey became the biggest star on the planet. Ace Ventura and The Mask were massive hits, but then came Dumb and Dumber. The studio offer, exactly $10 million. He had reached the summit. But just as the dream became a reality, tragedy struck. His father, Percy, the man who taught him to dream, passed away. The check was no longer about the money, it was a debt of gratitude. Jim realized, you can fail at what you don't want. At his father's funeral, Jim walked up to the casket. He took that old, yellowed, tattered check out of his wallet, the one he had carried for a decade, and he tucked it into his father's pocket. He buried the $10 million with the man who made it possible. Because in the end, the law of Jim Carrey isn't about the money you make. It's about the promises you keep to yourself. And to the people who believed in you when you were living in a van. If you're waiting for your big break, maybe it's time to write your own check. Subscribe to Star Law for more stories on the legends who refused to quit.